Today we're working on sewing our bindings together, and I'm going to show you all a little tip on how to put them together so that you don't get your binding twisted and wind up with seams on one side and seams on the other side at another intersection, and then you have to rip it out and do it again. Nobody likes all that stuff, so we're going to do it right the first time. First of all, I'll lay my material down with all the open edges on one end, all the folded edges down at the other end. And if you have selvages, this is going to be, if you've cut from selvage to selvage, this is where your selvages will be. So you take this strip, the top strip, and that's going to be your loose end down at the bottom of your strip. So we're going to just put it back out of the way. We're not going to use it. And then we're going to pick up the second one that's in the stack, and we're going to lay it with the material face up on the face up, hard on solids on this machine. And then I pick up the next one and I put it face down, and I put these in a cross shape with a little bit hanging over the edge. Now if you've got selvage to selvage, that's going to be your selvage, and you want to make sure that whole selvage part is sticking off at the end. But if you don't have a selvage, it's just you want to make sure you have a little square corner every place these come up. So you want to put your needle down on your machine, and then you're going to slide that material right until you get that V right up next to the needle, and then put the foot down. And you're going to start sewing. You can kind of look under here for if you've got your seam tape on there to see that it's lined up with that centered line that's lined up with your needle. And you're going to come sewing across here. And when you get to where you can see the quarter-inch tape, that red line should be right in that V if you're sewing straight. And you just keep it riding right along that red line all the way up, and it'll come out right at that V. What that does is when you open that up, it's going to cause those edges to be perfectly straight and not have one of them shifted over to the side, which was a problem for me. I had a lot too. You pick up your next strip. It's got the right side down because it's folded to the other end of this. You're going to put right side up. You're going to pick up your next strip, and you're going to put it right side down. If I can get them apart. Right side down. And we're going to do again the little V at the end. Should be right at the square corner. And you have a little bit of material flipped over each side. You're going to put your needle down, raise the foot, slide that V right up next to the needle so it's touching the needle. Put your foot down, and then start sewing. Watch for that red line to come out right in the end of your V here at the end. And we just slide it right up that V. And then we've only got one left, and that's the far end of your strip. To cut these apart, you can go on and trim your seams while you're doing that. And you can just cut right here to cut off the dog ears so you don't have any dog ears showing. Then cut your 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then cut the other dog ear off the other end. And then when you open this up, it matches up and you have no dog ears sticking out, whichever way you sew your seam.